The signs are there. She looking different. She dressing different. She moving with a little bit more of a bounce. She want to go into the office more often than not when she was working from home every day, right? She switch out her panties every day. Man, I've coached so many people through a situation where they couldn't see it. They couldn't see it for the life of them. I'm gonna be reading that super chat shortly. Shout out to King Bonte. I'm eyeing all of them. They couldn't see it. You know what it is. Now she putting on extra makeup. She moving a little different. I'll give you another tip where you really not paying attention. You were in a sexless marriage or you were in a sexless relationship. And now all of a sudden she's been doing things differently, moving a little differently, carrying herself a little differently. Now she on self-care. She going out more. She embracing her friends more. She over her mother's house all the time or whatever like that. And now she wants to have sex with you more often. And now she wants to get a little bit wild and try to figure out how it is that she can spice up a relationship. It's a strong possibility somebody unlocking her. It's a strong possibility that somebody is unlocking her. You don't want to hear me right now, and you don't want to have this conversation, and your girlfriend is in the bathroom listening, but she not really in there watching it with you. She just trying to understand why Anton is telling all of the game and why he giving away all of her secrets. Your girl can hear me because you got this on the TV in your crib. And she can hear me, and she's trying to understand why it is that Anton is telling all of the secrets, and why is he telling you, and you listening, and it's unlocking, and you starting to put the pieces together, and she listening in the bathroom, and she can hear me, but she not really trying to come out. She been spending a lot of time in that bathroom. Family. And now all of a sudden she trying to figure out what it is that y'all can do more sexually and all of this, and she unlocking it, and she trying new things that she never did before. All of a sudden she want to do this and she want to do that. You know why? Because she already been doing it. Somebody already been doing it to her. Now she want to try it on you. Take that hoe to get tested, man. You better take her to go get tested. This is an unpopular conversation. I'm trying to tell you the truth. You don't want to hear me right now because you looking at me as the enemy, because you acting like I'm doing something negative to you. The reality is that I'm just giving you the game, and I'm telling you something a little bit different than you used to hearing. Your pastor is not going to tell you this part of the conversation because he don't know. Your counselor is not going to tell you. You keep on going to the therapist. All you need is an Anton Wednesday night. He going to give you all of the game, and he going to tell you exactly what's going on in your relationship without ever even knowing, meeting, or having to hear a conversation from you and your wife together. I don't need to hear y'all keep talking about each other, having a stop sign in therapy, talking about, I want to talk now, I'm feeling it. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't need to hear that shit. I know exactly what's going on in your relationship. You are in a toxic relationship and you don't know how to get out of it. You don't even know that you should be out of it because you as a man feel a sense of duty, and there's other things that's keeping you, including your word, your children, and your dedication and provision and protection to that woman, and you don't even know that she not yours no more. She was never yours. It was just your turn. She was never yours. It was just your turn. You know what I'm tired of hearing? I'm tired of hearing guys come to me talking about how happiness isn't important when it comes to them being in a relationship. And so for the next 20 to 30 years, you're going to find yourself sitting next to somebody that does not have your best interest at heart, while at the same time using you for the things that they can get out of you, and while building themselves up all to prepare for eventually leaving you at wherever it is that you are, including taking half of everything that you got. That is the truth. Never before have I seen such a group of sad suckers that think that they can change a zebra, change the stripes on a zebra, change the spots on a leopard, and then change the mane on a lion. You can't, because that was already a nickel. That was already a monster. See, the ladies ain't supposed to have a mane. She was already acting in her masculinity. She was emasculating you before y'all ever got into the relationship. You should have never been with her in the first place. Listen, let me tell you some of the red signs, some of the red flags. If she's telling you that she wanted a partner instead of wanting a husband, you never should have been with her in the first place. If she spends an extended amount of time with her homegirls that's for the streets. Now, I'm not talking about women that's cool or whatever, so on and so forth. I think that y'all should have some healthy boundaries. It's important for her to have her own career, have her own life. Let that chick go out and have fun. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Stop making her interdependent on you for her happiness. Stop trying to lock her up in the crib. Stop trying to prevent her from going out. Let her be whatever it is that she's going to be. Shout out to my girl that's walking past and I can see her in the TV with just a towel on. Okay. I just told you as soon as you walked out here. Shout out to my girl that just walked by and I can see her in the TV with just a towel on. I hear you, Rita. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, you cannot change the stripes on a zebra. She was what she was before she met you. She was what she was, and she showed you who she was, and she gave you all of the hints and the red flags. Man, listen, bro. I heard one of the most egregious stories recently that I've ever heard in my entire life. I've heard one of the most egregious stories that I've ever heard in my entire life. Right? I'm not even going to tell it. I got to tell a version of it. So, man and woman, they both are doing a thing, right? And they come together in holy matrimony. Now, this man was already doing just fine by himself. He was already doing cool. He had his own house. He had his own job. He had his own everything, right? He was doing fairly fine. He was financially free. He had a net worth that was accelerating, and he had significant equity in his home. Then he meets woman B, right? Now, woman B is a woman of significance also, right? And she's doing well, maybe even just as well as him, right? But woman B was not financially yoked or equally yoked with this man. And just because she was earning money doesn't necessarily mean that she was equally yoked, because they had two different mindsets as a result of it. Now, several years later, that both of these people are in a relationship, this man is feeling and thinking a certain type of way, and he's questioning whether or not he should have got into that relationship in the first place, because now they are significantly in debt as a result of making decisions that then equated to what their lifestyle should have been instead of what financially free is really supposed to be. And so as a result, they're living under duress because now their lifestyle is that of their friends, and they're trying to live the life based off of what her vision of what success looks like. And she never had that level of success before she got with him. I'm not talking about her earnings. I'm talking about her mentality with how money is supposed to work. And so what he allowed for her to do, because y'all keep promising these chicks that y'all are going to retire them and y'all going to take care of them, and the majority of his earnings is going to be dedicated to making sure the family is secure. And what y'all are allowing these women to do is to put you under duress because you're marrying into debt. You're marrying into student loans. You're marrying into a woman that has a mindset that has never been suited for marriage in the first place, because she does not know how to manage finances, especially her own. So what makes you think you're going to change the stripes on a zebra? You think she going to curb her spending just because she with you now? No, she going to look at her money as her money and your money is their money.